Hello, and welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. As we do sometimes, today we're going to look at some brews from the major Japanese breweries. Sometimes they put out a number of beers every year, and I like to keep up with them and see what they're doing. Sometimes the results are great, sometimes the results are not, but it is a fact that they are all four Japanese breweries, and that includes Asahi, Kirin, Sapporo, and Suntory. Some people add Orion, but they're owned by Asahi, Orion in Okinawa. These breweries are all, exceptionally good brewers, and they can make probably anything they want to. Kind of proof of that is if you've ever had Asahi Stout. It's absolutely an exceptional, unusual stout, which actually includes Brett yeast in it. And their lagers are generally clean and clear. Some of the best ones are just wonderful. And unlike the situation in many countries where the large brewers put out junk or cut corners on ingredients, perhaps don't use the best quality. In Japan, generally they do use the best ingredients they can find, and the quality is not bad. So Japanese lager compares very favorably with any say Euro lager, or certainly with the major lagers in the United States, like say Budweiser or Bud Light. And so we're going to take a look today at some beer from Kirin, and this is a series of 6 beers we're going to look at. It's called the Ichiban Shibori series, and today we're going to look at the first one, and then we will look at 5 others. Ichiban Shibori came out in 1990. It was a kind of competition with Asahi Super Dry, which was produced in 1987. And Asahi Super Dry was a beer designed to have very low mouthfeel and to finish crisp and dry. A super attenuated beer, in other words. But of course many people, including myself, find those beers very light and watery. Asahi Super Dry was, and I don't know if it still is, the most popular beer in Japan. You can find it anywhere. It's kind of the Budweiser for beer geeks in Japan, the beer to make fun of. It's not terrible, but it's just not a great beer. In any case, Asahi brought out Ichiban Shibori in 1990, and the name Ichiban Shibori means first press, the first press. And on their website, they make the claim that most brewers blend their first and second press. So the first is supposedly clean and pure, and the second one is bitter and bodied. And one of the goals of these beers is to have low, very light body. But actually, it's not a press. What it really is they're talking about is sparging. So the wort is drawn off, and then water is sprinkled over the wort that has been drained already for a second rinse, kind of, which is sparging. So there's actually no pressure. It's not like wine, where they're pressing the grapes out, that sort of thing. So it's a gravity thing. Any case, we're going to look at 6 of these beers, and in order, you will see the picture which I had at the beginning, and that's the way we're going to do them. And the first one will be Kirin Ichiban Shibori, the first one they brought out. And now we will look at another beer from Kirin, another in the Kirin Ichiban Shibori line, and this is a relatively new one. It's called Ichiban Shibori Kiyosumi, and this beer came out in April of 2019, so about a year and a half ago or so. It's classified as a pale lager international premium on RateBeer, and it has 4 ratings on RateBeer only at 2.70. Untapped, there are 640 ratings, and the average there is 3.04 out of 5, a little bit higher. I have had this before, and I rated it 3.1 out of 5, so which is kind of fair to middling. Not a great rating, but not terrible, that's for sure. This beer is a little bit different because it's made with Motueka hops from New Zealand, which were formerly called Belgian Zatz hops. And something else that I don't entirely understand is they claim that it was stored below the freezing point. And I'm guessing they're saying the freezing point for water, but I don't know how long they would do that because it would, as they say here, hyotenka, below the freezing point. Because the alcohol level would certainly rise as the water freezes off. I'm not sure. I don't quite understand this process. This is sold only at 7-Eleven or 7 & I group stores, which includes 7-Eleven and Ito-Yokado supermarkets and stores. And it has quite a different label for the or label design than the other ones in this line. If you look carefully, you can see a series of white lines in the white and blue lines, and their idea here was to give the sense of a clear bubbling river streaming down, and so it does appear quite different when you see it on the shelf in the store. Okay, so once again, Kirin Ichiban Shibori Kiyosumi, 5% beer. Let's give this one a go. The Motueka hop should be quite noticeable. So it is a completely crystal clear, medium dark gold with a half finger of fluffy white foam. Pretty decent carbonation flying up. Put it through the light. Okay. Quite a lot of carbonation rising here. Let's try the aroma. Okay, it does have the typical kind of starchy, grainy sort of nose. This has malt. Malt, where are the hops? Hops, okay, malt and hops, okay. That's all. So it would be considered an all malt beer. Yeah, nothing exceptional about the nose. I'm getting something spritzy with light stone fruit, a very thin starchiness, maybe something like thin powdered sugar. Yeah, with a swish here, it kind of goes up in fruitiness, and I think I can detect those hops. Moderate, light fruit, again, stone fruit, pear, maybe apple. Certainly some bitterness comes up in mid palate, in the middle, and then kind of fades out to the finish. This is okay. It's thin, kind of medium body. Maybe a little bit fruitier and richer than the others in the Ichiban Shibori series, but you know, nothing exceptional. Once again, this is called Ichiban Shibori Kiyosumi, and this is available all over Japan in 7-Eleven stores and Ito-Yokado supermarkets. So give it a try. I doubt that this one is exported, so you probably have to come to Japan for this one. Okay, well that's it for today, and we're going to look at another Ichiban Shibori beer in our next video. I hope you will be there for that. Let me know what you think about Kirin beers or Kirin Ichiban Shibori. I believe in the US it's called just simply Kirin Ichiban, and apparently that's what it used to be called here a long time ago. But in any case, tell me what you think. Okay? All right, take care. Bye-bye.